All right, we back in the building once again on a Wednesday night. Welcome to the Fresh Poetry Show. Let's get it. I
Yeah.
am your boy Harlem Fresh 125 all day, every day, even when I'm out of state. I'm in the New York state of mind. And then we got the lovely J. Marie. Where you at, sweetheart?
What's going on, everybody? Jamie Marie Poetry here.
Uh-huh.
Another lovely Wednesday.
Let's go ahead and come from behind the curtains. Give the people what they want. We got a team. We got a crew in here. We got a crew in here. We got a few things to talk about. A couple of subjects and topics people sent to the email. So go ahead and introduce the team that's in here with us today to talk on the panel.
Okay, so we got back with us James, and we got also Thelonious back with us. So we got two guys, audience members input. So we're going to definitely get their opinion on that. We hope some ladies call up. I'll definitely be activating my reinforcements here pretty soon if we don't get the ladies calling up. But we're going to get into some good topics. So y'all will be able to give us your feedback on it.
What's the rundown on the first topic? What we chopping it up about today?
First topic. Do you pay for sex?
Hey, yo, hold on. Where's my button at? Hold up. Get the fuck out my face.
Get the button.
Get the fuck out my face with that.
Yeah, there we go. Get the fuck out my face button. Now, when you say pay for sex, what are we talking about? Pay for sex? Matter of fact, I want Thelonious to speak first. Thelonious, do you pay for sex? Have you ever paid for sex, my friend?
No, to be honest, no, I haven't. But you see, it's so funny because, like, as soon as you said that, I was thinking to myself, I said, I've had some relationships that have seemed very transactional. No, I mean, it honestly wasn't like, I'm paying you for sex, but it's like, that's pretty much all we're doing. That's pretty much all we're doing, and I'm paying like for things that I normally, with a regular relationship would be it would be like kind of a, split down the middle type thing, or it would be like, at least she's contributing to something. But, when you're in those kind of relationships where you don't really feel like the person's bringing much to the table and you don't really feel like the person is offering anything other than, literally sex, it's almost like even if it wasn't agreed upon ahead of time, you feel like you're paying for sex. But
I
I've
think
never
about it from
actually
this
gone out.
standpoint, though. Like, I had a female call me before back in the day, and they'd be like, "Yo, Harlem, what you doing? Nothing. Yo, come through with the liquor and the weed. Word. Say less. On my way." Now, just because I went over there with the liquor and the weed,
No,
did
no.
I pay for
Okay.
sex?
Wait,
Did you have sex? That's the question. Because if you did have sex,
I mean, if I go somewhere and somebody
then
call me on a late night rendezvous, you best believe something's popping off.
okay. So we've clarified that. Okay, so yes, you had a transaction. You had a transaction.
Okay. So in my situation, this is more of those where like, I'm talking to some girl that like, maybe it was an intern that worked for me at one point in time, or maybe it was somebody I met at a country club, or somebody I met, like in basically in my day to day. And it's like, I obviously know when I hook up with this girl, she has a certain standard of what she expects. So it's like, I'm sitting up here, I'm going out, and then, like while we're hanging out, she's like, "Oh, buy me this." And me, I'm the type where, a lot of times I would do it just because I'm like, what the hell?
Thelonious, it sound like
That
you be
this
tricking,
might
my
be worth it.
friend.
But at the end of the
Thelonious,
day,
are you tricking? Are you tricking,
I mean,
Thelonious?
no, no. I mean, it's honestly not like I'm sitting up here saying, "Look, I'm trying to get a hookup." That's not where I'm going with it. But I mean,
I
I've
don't
spent money
know,
on
bro. It
chicks that
sound like you might
that
be
was a
tricking
little.
a little bit to get the cookie, dog. I don't know.
I
Oh
mean, dude,
shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, I guess I have. I mean, but you see, that's why it's funny. Like when you ask, "Have you paid for sex?" Because I've never sat down and said, "Okay, I'm giving you this money for sex." Like, no, that to me is trashy, But
Well, I mean, a lot of
then,
people do it indirectly.
Yo, peep
There's
this
like
yeah,
though.
it's like,
it's
I
never
had a
really a
female pay
direct.
for. I had a female pay for my services before. Peep this. A girl holler. This is way back in the day. A girl holler at me, right?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Pay for your services. Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Peep this.
Okay.
Peep this. Peep
What
this.
services?
Be quiet, yo. Let me rock out. Let me rock out. This is a good story. So, yo, I bumped into this chick right one day, and we cool. And this is a while back. So she like, "Yo, Harlem, come with me shopping." So I'm like, yo, I'm not really trying to go shopping. I'm not really trying to buy nothing right now. She's like, nah, just come with me shopping. I'm like, all right, fuck it. As long as I can smoke in your car, I'll go with you. So I go with her right now, I mean. So I'm chilling. I'm on the phone. I ain't really paying no mind to her, but now I mean I'm there with her and shit. So she winds up buying me a bottle of cologne. So I was like, yo, good look. I appreciate that. Boom. So I'm like, boom. After that, you gonna take me back to the crib? And she was like, well, no, you can take me back to my crib. So I'm like, I bet, say less. Go to her crib. And she was like, yo, here go your cologne. But right now, why don't you just come with me in here? So I'm like, oh, so you bought me some cologne just so I could pipe you down? Was that the situation? That's paying for sex, is it yes?
Okay,
yeah.
so I had a situation similar, but it wasn't like she didn't buy nothing like that. Like we were in this class in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, where we were going through our little in process and stuff. And when it was time to go, I leave. I'm headed back to my little barracks room because I'm a single soldier at the time, so I lived in the barracks. And I'm headed out the parking lot, and she's like, "Hey, what you finna do for the rest of the day?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm going home." She's like, "Nah, come on with me." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So I jump in the truck with her. We went to Applebee's. She refused to let me pay for my own food, but she paid for the food. Then she was like, "Oh man, I forgot some in my hotel room. You want to roll with me?" I'm like, "All right, whatever." So we get to the hotel room. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed playing with the TV remote, trying to find something to watch. This girl walks into the bathroom, comes out the bathroom, butt naked. She was like, "You with it?" I was like, "All right, is what it
Ah,
is."
so she got you a 2 for 20
Yeah,
special from Applebee's to get sex out of you.
yeah. Like, and it was
Ah,
like it was crazy because like
That's funny.
I had
So
never
you were
experienced nothing like
manipulated, James. You felt manipulated.
for a 2 for
Did
20?
you feel manipulated?
that.
He got the cookie off a 2
Every
for
dude gets
20.
manipulated. Hey, every dude gets manipulated at one point in time, but
Oh,
Well,
it's about how you respond to it
okay.
I
that
think men
determines
are more
Yeah,
what
likely
it
to
is.
pay for like, all jokes aside
yeah,
though, I
yeah,
think men are
yeah.
more likely
Exactly.
to pay for sex in some type of form of fashion before a female is. There's females that will. They have their cougars that'll spoil a nigga rotten.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, I think men
yeah.
Okay, so
pay
I
more.
actually want to speak on that.
Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
actually want to speak on that. You see, the interesting thing is I had a situation one time where, first off, I've always liked older women. I've never really been a fan of younger women. I've always found them boring. I found like, we didn't have a lot in common. So it's like, I've always kind of gone for that type. And I remember I met this one lady, at this, professional party that I went to, and she was also in like, financial world, and we went out, and just like James said, it was a really nice restaurant. I mean, I didn't even know that she did it. She did one of them cool things where it's like, she's like, "Oh, I'm going to go use the restroom." She went, used the restroom, and she paid for it on the low. And it kind of made me feel upset because I'm the type of person as a guy, like, it's not that I have a problem if a woman were to pay for me. It's just that, it does make me feel a certain type of way. Like,
So who initiated the contact?
you mean trying to talk to her?
No, 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 no. Who initiated the situation? Like who said, "Hey, let's go get some food"?
Oh, I mean, it was just kind of mutual. We were both
But
like,
there's always somebody driving the car. So like when I say driving the car, I don't mean literally driving the car, but there's always somebody driving the conversation. So who drove the conversation to get to the point to where, hey, let's go eat?
I mean, I honestly think I asked her, when we were leaving this particular party, I said, "Wow," I said, "this was kind of a dull affair." I said, "Maybe we should go do something else." She's like, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I don't know. Are you hungry?" She said, "Yeah, I think so, a little bit." I said, "Well, I know a great restaurant around here." And it's like, so I took her to this really nice restaurant, and then she did one of those things where she got up and she went and paid the bill. And I was like, "Oh, crap." And I told her, I said, "Look," I said, I said, "I appreciate that. That's good." I said, "But, I said, I asked you to come with me here, and I said I was more than willing. Like, this is what guys do. Like, and I kind of feel like you took me out of my element here. You kind of caught me up by surprise." She's like, "No, I know. I just like to do little nice things." And I was like, "Okay, fine."
But
Then at one point,
wouldn't that make you like, so like if somebody were to do that for me, I would look at it like, okay, this person can stand on their own 2 feet, and they're not sitting here at this table with me because they want me to do something for them. They want me to be a part of something versus doing something for them. Because a lot of people want you to just feed them and call it a day.
On one level, yes. On one level, yes. But on another level, it made me feel completely awkward. And then this is where it went a little further. So then it's like, we were kind of seeing each other like on and off for like a good maybe like 2-3 months. It's like she would go like because she traveled a lot.
Yeah,
she worked for no. I'm saying she worked for PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Okay, let's cut the long ass dissertation. Yeah,
hold on.
Wait. The whole point.
Go ahead.
Wait. The end of the conversation, she bought me a Breitling watch, and I mean these are pretty fucking expensive. So she bought a really nice watch for me, and I was like,
I don't even know what that is.
And basically, she basically got me this really expensive.
It's very expensive. Trust me, I know. Go ahead, Thelonious.
Shit.
Yes.
My watch was $8 like 20 years ago.
Exactly. Like I said, she got me this really expensive watch, and she just like gave it to me after we were just seeing each other for like 2 months or so. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I said, look, I appreciate this, but I need you to understand something. I'm seeing you because I like you. I'm not seeing you because I want anything from you. And she's like, no, I know. I just saw it and thought it would be something nice to get you. And I'm sitting up here thinking, that's kind of one of the reasons why we didn't go any further, because I felt totally uncomfortable. I really felt like she was trying to like use gifts or something to try to pull me in. And I was like, well, I don't understand. I already like you. What the hell do you want from me? Like, it was weird, so
have
in
you
the
never
situation
seen
where she was paying, huh?
Have you never seen Thin Line Between Love and Hate?
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Well, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to get to is I want to know how many females have paid for sex. We got Devin in here. We got Nikki in here. We got J. Marie in here. Have y'all ever paid the man for sex?
No.
Or has a man ever attempted to pay or buy you things in order to get sex in return? Let's talk about that, ladies. Y'all in here talk.
That's probably an easier question for them.
I think it's been a mutual exchange. For me, it's been more of a mutual exchange.
Why? Because you was handcuffed. You was in a booed up relationship. If you buy me this, I'll buy you that. What the fuck is you talking about? Talk to me.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. How dare you? How dare you? No, mutual exchange of gifts and pleasantries. We'll call it that. To be a little pleasantries. Yes.
Devin, where you at, Devin?
Oral pleasantries.
Where Devin at? You here?
Yeah.
Devin, you ever paid a dude for sexual favors, or a dude ever try to pay you for sexual favors?
No.
No? Do you believe in paying for sexual favors, or somebody trying to pay you for sexual favors?
I believe that you should be compensated for your time.
Okay. That's a fact.
Like what you mean?
It gotta be worthwhile. If I gotta go somewhere and use my gas and all this other shit, it gotta be worth my while. Like, what are we talking about?
Okay, so there's a form of compensation involved, is what you're saying. It just may not be monetarily.
I mean, if you spend a lot of time with me, then we should compensate each other. Like, I don't want to say it's bad. I think men use women in a certain degree, and I feel like women should be compensated for what they bring to the relationship, because sometimes these men are not bringing much of anything but a penis that you can get on the street. So if you want some of my time, then you need to make sure that my time is compensated. And I mean, I just really don't fool with nobody that really can't do nothing for me other than just come over at 9 o'clock at night and want to lay up. Nah.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Because it's go ahead.
I mean, honestly, the inverse is true for men too. Like, sometimes you have some women that just literally, they think they want to live as a trophy, and it's like you sit up and you say, no, this ain't 1950s, sweetie. I expect a little more.
Okay.
Well, our pickings are very slim, so I'm not sure. Most of these women are pretty much able to stay on their own. It's the men that go after them. And sometimes, they settle and they're not being compensated. I haven't met, some guys are, they genuinely will try to be there for you, but some of these guys, it's not a lot of you out
there. Okay. Nikki, let's get your take.
Don't be quiet now, baby. I seen you coming in here.
Yeah, there she go.
I know I'm at work, and I'm glad I got y'all. For me, I think sometimes it's unconscious. Like, it's an unconscious payment. You don't even realize that that's what you're doing. Like, you might buy somebody something, and you might not think that it's for sex or for a favor, but that's what it is. And a lot of times for me, I think it's unconscious. Nobody's ever said, do this or this. No.
Exactly. That would be kind of weird. That would definitely.
I just need to know if I'm tripping, because if somebody, a female called me up and they be like, yo, come through, bring the liquors, bring the cigars, and I go get the cigars and the liquors, because I know if I go do that, I'm gonna wind up doing something with her. Then it's like,
but you see, Harlem.
I don't have no friends like
this. That's not the same thing.
That's not really paying for sex, in my opinion.
Because I'm drinking that liquor too. I'm smoking that.
I don't have nobody.
We both drinking and smoking.
I don't think that's paying for sex. That's different.
I think it's a mutual.
She's inviting you over. She's inviting you over with the understanding.
So it's a mutual exchange.
You're not really paying for sex. Exactly. Yeah.
In my life together, I don't have no interactions like this.
You ain't met the women that will pay you for your abilities.
I met none of these motherfuckers.
Back in the day,
wow. Not never.
So hold on, let me ask this question though. So let's say because if you buy a person gifts and shit and they wind up wanting to sleep with you, really that's their own business. Everybody do what you do, how you do it. If somebody take you out to eat and you want to sleep with them after that, then that's your personal business. I really have nothing to do with that. But as far as like paying for sex, like as if it's a situation to like, we're basically talking about prostitution.
You mean doing it intentionally?
$300 just to do this with you, and
never.
I don't believe in that. It's not cool to me, and I believe that the woman body is their temple, and it should be respected and appreciated.
That's how you get that bachelor.
I think you should definitely have that in your mind. Your body is your temple. You shouldn't sell yourself short or sell yourself cheap. That's just my opinion, but who am I?
I honestly wouldn't put any like philosophy on it like that. I'm just saying, like, I personally wouldn't pay for it, because that's just some dirty shit. You never know what you're getting. No, I'm good.
Hey, that's where you need to check your friend circles. These niggas is wild.
I definitely ain't paying for nothing off the street, because all that's doing is paying your way to the clinic.
Exactly. Why would I want to run the risk? Why would I want to run the risk of jumping in something like 50, 60 different guys go into?
Okay, so speaking of, hygienically, necessary or whatever, we want these people to be clean. Let's jump into the next topic, because the next topic kind of dives into that. So when you're with somebody in a relationship, their hygiene, from the way they leave the bathroom when they get out of it to the clothes they may leave on the floor and things like that. So I know us ladies have plenty of history or plenty of examples to go with, but let's get the guys. Let's get the guys. Let's get the guys. No. Let's talk about how y'all leave clothes on the floor. Let's talk about all of that. And y'all don't know how to clean up after yourselves and that kind of thing.
Y'all don't clean up after yourselves. What kind of dudes are you dealing with? Get the fuck out of here. First and foremost, I know plenty of females that leave their bras hanging up and shit all over the place. I know I done went and done seen some damn shoes everywhere, heels and purses everywhere and shit like that. But when it comes to hygiene, let me tell you this, ladies. And listen to me clearly. Yo, if you don't know how to rinse your mouth before you go to bed, and as soon as you wake up, don't come talking to me. That's one, first and foremost. Two,
Okay.
if you smell like anything other than freshness, don't ever think you could ever get in my bed or get me to lay down with you. It's never happening. It's not gonna happen. Three,
There's a lot of
if I come to your crib, right, and you invite me to your crib, and you want me to stay at your crib, before you think I'm gonna lay with you, take your ass in the shower, cause I'm gonna do the same thing. If you can't do these
those
things,
are
do
mandatory
not
before and after.
contact Harlem
But
Fresh.
definitely
Do not contact Harlem Fresh. That's all I have to say. The floor is yours.
but at the same time, different people have different levels of cleanliness because everybody's raised different. Now, I understand that females have to do certain things more so than males have to do certain things.
Fuck we go with that.
And there's what is it? The way people clean up after themselves, like I said, is the way they're raised. So like I walked into a bathroom after a female was in the bathroom and I was like, what's this? Like what's going on in here? Why does it look like a bomb? What the fuck went off in here? But it's like not everybody's raised the same. And that's okay because learned behaviors can be unlearned.
James, I can't let you slide, dog. James, I can't let you slide. Not everybody's raised the same,
what?
but everybody should know the difference
They're
between
not.
clean and nasty.
They should. They should. But this is the thing, though. When people are raised different, there's certain standards. Everybody's not going to have the same standard. So the reason why I say that is because when I was in the Army, I would have to do room inspections every single day. At 6 a.m, I showed up at my soldiers' rooms and I walked through their room. Now you can tell that people had different standards of living when they were kids and as they were brought up because there were different standards of cleanliness in that room or in those different rooms. And I had to teach those kids the same standards. And sometimes they had to unlearn the things that they learned as children because it's not the same. Now, I'm not saying that one way is bad, one way is good. There are just certain general things, like you were saying, they can't be negotiated. There are certain general things that cannot be negotiated. They have to be done. They have to be, first and foremost, because if they're not done, that can lead to people messing their whole day up or messing a couple weeks up because they got to take antibiotics for some shit. I get it,
man.
But
it's one of those. You trying to be nice. It ain't no room for being nice on this show, man. Nobody likes a nasty bitch and nobody likes a nasty nigga. Let's keep it real.
Dude, believe me, you're 100% right. But here's actually something
that's long out version of me saying what I just said.
But that's what it is, though.
Nasty.
All right, wait.
But that's what it is. It's different levels of nasty.
Understand.
Someone's nasty to one person is not nasty to another. So without putting that out there, people are going to be able to run to their own conclusions.
What was it? The one thing that I like to point out is the fact I think a lot of it has to do with how long y'all been together too. Because to be honest, if I'm just starting out with a chick, believe me, every woman I've known has been on top of their game. They've been perfect, no issues. Me too. I'm on top of my game. I'm perfect, no issues. But I mean, you fast forward 5-6 years, and it's like life happens and you guys get busy with a bunch of things. And the one thing that I do, before this whole virus thing came in, we had a lady that came in like twice a week and would just take care of some simple stuff, just cleaning here and there. I mean, we would maintain a lot of things, but it's because we knew we wanted to keep things to a certain standard, we had somebody that came in. But it was like in the beginning, oh my God, we both showed our best face, believe me. Like I would wake up in the morning, I would make sure everything was nice and perfect. I made sure I never left dishes in the dishwasher. I made sure everything was always put away. I made sure all clothes and everything were fully set. Believe me, now you fast forward 4 or 5 years, now all of a sudden, you get busy. She's leaving makeup all over the fucking counter. Like we have a double vanity. We're lucky, but it's like she would leave shit all over her side, and I would look like, what the fuck is going on over there? Like that shit looked like somebody blew up a fucking makeup bag. My side was clean as fuck.
I'm glad
my side was clean as fuck.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Shower. Wait. And then the other funny thing is no,
go ahead.
Was I was like, the other funny thing is like, you know, we used to take showers in different, what was it, in different bathrooms, just because it's like I would go into my bathroom, which was like the guest bathroom. It was a stand up shower and everything. My shit would always be clean. Like, you know, I got long hair a little bit, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, my girl, she would sit up here, she would have hair all over the fucking bathroom. I'd be like, she don't know how to clean a drain. Like, I was like, come here. I'd be like, come here, sweetie. Let me show you something. This right here. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. But you know, like I said, that's why we agreed. We both said, okay, you know, it's a bit much to keep up with everything. I mean, you know, like, so we would have somebody come in, you know, and it's like, that's the concession we made for each other. Cause we were like, yo, this is what we're going to do. I mean, but you know, if it's a new relationship, I guarantee you, I'm going to stay on top of my shit. You like, a girl won't even see my drawers. She won't even see my underwear. I mean, unless they're on my body, like, you know, they're going to be put away. They, you know, everything in the bathroom is going to be nice and neat. You know, the whole, you know, like everything's going to be neat. You know, and I expect the same thing from her. I tell you right now, I better not see a fucking tampon anywhere in the fucking house until like, you know, we've been together for a long ass time.
Is Nikki still here? Is Nikki still here, or Devin still here?
Nikki and Devin are here.
All right, bet. Nikki, let me ask you this: What are some of your turnoffs as far as hygiene goes when you're dealing with men? What are some things that you just will not put up with?
I mean, hygiene is pretty fucking basic. Get your ass in the shower and take care of your body. I mean, if it
can't be that basic since we got the coronavirus, but okay.
I'm sorry?
So it can't be that damn basic since the coronavirus spread all over this damn world. But okay.
But yeah. Anyway, I mean, I don't want nobody older, trimmed up, facial hair, cute hair, all that. I want it all trimmed up. I don't want it looking crazy. I mean, I'm not that hard up with that. I mean, I haven't ran across nasty men, so I can't relate. But that's the thing that I won't deal with. It's just
there's some motherfuckers running out here that you can smell them before you see them.
Right.
Oh, I hear you.
There's plenty of people.
Devin, what about you? What are some turn-offs for you as far as hygiene goes when it comes to men?
Their feet, like the smelly socks.
Oh.
You know, okay, like if they work and they take off their socks, I just think you should put it in the laundry.
That's fair.
I don't know.
You know.
I just have a thing about underwear. The underwear, I mean, just put them in the laundry. I'll wash them for you, but I just don't like when they leave their trunks, you know, in the bathroom and they expect you to pick it up for them. I don't like that. I think you should pick up your own stuff. Toilet seats, like you have to keep the toilet seat down. Just close the whole thing. And if you do spill, just wipe it off.
Oh.
I mean, I've dated guys like that who will just pee and there be little spots when you go to their house. It's just disgusting. You don't want to use their bathroom. And I think with women, sometimes they got to know when to just, because I've dated women that have had odors and.
We're not doing that. We're not, oh my God. That just made my stomach.
I mean, they've had some really, I mean, I'm just being real. And
I know, but I'm just, speak on it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely.
With odors, I'm like, we can't do that.
Like, you know, they may be immune to their odor, but it may be unfamiliar to me. And especially when you can smell it through their jeans. Like, I don't like people sitting on my couch with jeans on because that odor is there. I mean.
Either you in the car with them and you like to do that.
Yeah, you smell the car. Like you can smell them. Yeah, I don't like that.
It's like if I can smell it, I know you can smell it. Or are you just comfortable to that funk?
Yeah, some people just like the way it smells, and that's not how.
I had that when I was younger.
It's supposed to smell.
Not since I've been older. No.
That shit crazy. I feel you on that.
But there's grown ass people that do this.
J. Marie, what's something goes when it comes to men?
That's a major, major turnoff because if
say that again,
you're trying to be intimate, huh?
Say it again, I couldn't hear you.
I said bad breath because if you're trying to be intimate, or any kind of capacity close to me. I can't even communicate if your breath ain't right. I can't even communicate with you.
That's
so
a
that's
no. Yeah, that's a no.
Right.
Across the board. Across the board.
That's a no.
Like, I'm offended. No, I'm offended. If your breath is like, how the fuck did you not even? Why would you even come to me with this kind of situation? Like, I don't care.
I know you taste yourself.
You could gargle, rinse. They got fucking breath strips. They got Tic Tacs. They got gum. I mean, I don't know. Whatever you need, you just need to get that whole shit taken care of fully. If you got a stench.
But you know, somebody, you're supposed to brush your teeth before and after. Did y'all know that?
Yeah. Or gargle with Purex or something.
Yo, you know what's messed up though?
Okay.
There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse, yo.
Your mouth smell like balls and shit.
Yo, there's nothing worse. Hold up. There's nothing worse.
Nobody else can relate to you. Nobody can relate to you except the women. Let me clarify.
Mouth smell like balls and dick. No,
hey, yo, I don't know nothing. Yeah.
My mouth smell like something else, but
that's funny.
But hey, to me, one of my things that drives me nuts is like, there's nothing worse than a badass female, but her breath stink. It's like, damn, you just ruined the whole.
I mean, but we can correct that.
Huh?
No. Body odor. No. Body odor.
Body odor. Yeah.
Body odor ruins. Yeah. The combination of the two, like, I'm not even fucking with you.
I mean, honestly, your breath stink. I'd be like, sweetie, here, you know.
People eat like really bad, and you can tell that they eat really bad because when you are around them, whatever they ate comes out of their pores. And like,
and niggas have smelled like hot dogs.
Man, old hot dog water, motherfucking train smoke, all kinds of shit. You're like, what in the fuck? Like, what is that? Like, I know you smell that. There's no way that
when you're having relations with them and they get ready to do the little pump. And if you just so happen taste it, it tastes awful because it tastes like what they're eating.
Yeah, that's why you need to instruct them to have pineapples.
Okay, so for women,
apple juice.
When you down there,
I honestly think I had this conversation with somebody in the chat room before.
We can tell.
Huh?
I said, just to be fair, when we down there working on females,
if
your pH level is messed up, we can tell.
No, I'm saying I've been women before, and it's been awful.
For sure, like everybody.
Did you stop?
They got.
I get a whiff of it as soon as they pull down their pants.
Hold on.
Did you stop?
To answer that question, did you stop?
Sorry.
Did you stop or keep going? What?
Did you stop or? I wasn't asking him. I was asking her. My bad, but go ahead.
Fuck no, you don't keep going. You let that shit go. You like, hey, I can't even do this today.
Devin, look here. Let me stop?
Go ahead. Good.
Yeah.
Did I stop?
No, I'm talking about Devin.
Oh yeah, I don't
know. Devin.
No, I was gonna say you don't sit there keep doing that shit.
I've stopped before, even with men too. Like sometimes you can. It's just an odor. You can tell they not ate something with garlic or onions. Then because some people like onions. I'm an onion eater, but then you still have to flush yourself out, clean yourself out.
You got to for that.
Yeah, but if you're trying to get some and somebody smelling like they done what they ate, nah, can't.
Niggas better drink a gallon of water and stop sipping that jungle juice. That's what needs to go.
Hey,
or if you go to the bathroom behind somebody.
I can tell if somebody clean when I go to their bathroom. Because, peep this, if you use the bathroom in my house, you'll see toilet tissue there, but you'll also see wipes as well.
Wet wipes. Yes, wet wipes.
And you will also see the canister, the little plastic canister.
I mean, we have a bidet. We good.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. What is that?
What's what?
Bidet?
A bidet?
Yeah, what's that?
I mean, it's
a toilet that splashes water on your private parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ain't that?
They got those.
Yeah, why would you want that?
It's something that it's a good sanitary feature. I don't know if you like it or not.
That's weird.
I mean, I've grown accustomed to it. It's all good.
Ooh, I feel the jokes coming on now. I feel it.
He's accustomed to the toilet splashing water on his ass.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
Let it go.
I knew it.
Hey.
I knew it.
Hey, you see, it's so funny. I talked to a friend of mine.
White person eat his booty hole. That's why you said shit.
Wait, no, dude. It's so funny. I had this conversation with one of my friends, right? He told me, he said he don't use toilet paper no more. He only uses wipes. He goes, toilet paper doesn't finish the job. And I was like, it's kind of full of shit. And then at some point, it's like, when I got the new place, it had a bidet in it. I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. And at first I was like, it's kind of weird. And then, hey, fast forward now, it's a way of life.
Now you used to water being shot up your asshole.
Why you gotta say it so?
Is it toilet water?
That is what.
Hey, and even what? It don't matter what kind of water it is. It's still gross.
It's basically.
It doesn't matter what kind of water it is. If it's hot dog water being shot up, that's not clean.
Listen, it comes from your domestic water, but it's filtered, so you're good.
Okay. So shout out to the bidets. I mean, they also have.
It's not bidets. It's not bidets.
Bidet. BIDET.
Shout out to all the bidets. The bidets. Fuck that. I know they got attachments that you can actually put on your regular toilet for that as well. I seen them in the store, I think in Bed Bath & Beyond or some shit like that.
Okay.
Did you get it?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay.
Nah, it's pretty cool. You would enjoy.
But shout out to the YouTube chat room. We got Elize in the chat room. Shout out to Battle Rap Opinions. Shout out to SP. I see y'all in there. Of course, we in the building. Y'all know what it is.
And women.
Poetry. We chopping it up. We had a discussion on people paying for sex. I have admitted that I have never paid for sex, even though I have bought the liquor. I've drunk the liquor too, and I've also had a chance to indulge. So that's not me paying for sex. That's just me bringing something to the party. That's what that is. Nothing more, nothing less. We also got the topic of hygiene.
Cohabitation hygiene. Yes.
Hygiene is highly important. Females. I've worked in establishments where females always seem to mess up the bathroom when you work in that establishment. I don't know what the problem is with females and using the public facilities, but I think if you're nasty at work, you're nasty at home. So a lot of y'all females, y'all need to get that shit together. I don't know what you need to do or how you need to do it. If you need to bring an extra backpack or some shit, I don't know. But whatever it is, y'all need to get that together. Because I'm tired of every time y'all mess up y'all bathroom, then y'all got to turn around and use the guy's bathroom. Where they do that at?
Who's doing that?
Who's doing that?
No, wait.
At your job?
Oh, no, but I heard of it. Plenty of
I used to work. I was a assistant manager.
The women, I feel like they rush to go to. This is what they hold it so long, and they run into the bathroom, and they don't have time to put the toilet seat paper down, and they just flop. I've heard women run in there and just flop and piss on the floor. They don't wipe it up. Yeah. Some of them didn't take a bath that morning. Dude. It smells like
I was a assistant manager at Walmart.
It's just really bad.
Dude, the nastiest
Some people don't do that, and it's a bad. You can smell the odor. I feel sorry for the cleaning lady because they leave their private, personal things out. I mean, it has just been some really bad people. That's why we don't have potlucks.
Oh, fuck no! Right?
Never eat from me. Like hygiene is highly important, dog. Especially if you're dealing with a relationship situation, because it's like if I don't know how you take care of your body. And I mean, once you have a sexual encounter with somebody, you could pretty much tell how they take care of their body. Yeah. But I think you need to do it more than once because the first time they could have just showered that day. They knew they was going to do.
He's so silly.
Well, I mean, really if they don't immediately get up and go get in the shower, I'm sorry, that's a problem. Nah, man. That's
the nastiest girl I ever dated was this Japanese girl. I kid you not. And it's like she had come over to my place one time before. You know, we hooked up. We had a good time. I was like, okay, great. She was like, oh, you're going to come over to my place. I went over to her place. I shit you not. I went to the bathroom, and I mean, the floor was so fucking dirty. And I was like, what? Like the floor was like a tile floor, and it was so dirty. I couldn't believe it. And I look in the bathtub, and there was a ring. I was like, nope. I was like, oh shit.
a ring in the tub. They still do that. Niggas still
I
get
couldn't
dirty
believe
to
that,
where they
man.
need rings in tubs. I'm done.
And
That's
dude,
gross.
the funniest thing was like
Gross.
she was crazy hot. So it was like I went back to the bedroom. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then I'm not gonna call her again.
Was there an
I would've
odor when you
left.
were doing it?
I would have left.
No, actually, no. Like, dude, that's the thing. Like, I didn't understand that because she came over to my place
I'd have
before,
left.
and I mean, she
Yeah.
was beautiful. She smelled great. She looked all together, makeup, whatever. Like, you know, I would have never thought. I mean, I looked in her bathroom. There was dirt all on her floor, the ring around the tub, and then I looked in her vanity cabinets. That shit. I mean, she had like dried up toothpaste all around the sink. I was like,
Mm-mm.
what the fuck is
I
going
would've
on here?
She must not be
Clean
domestic.
up before you came, and that's like,
I would have left. Nope.
that's crazy.
She's not
Like,
domestic.
try to
Hey,
clean up before somebody come over.
Thelonious, that's what you get for fucking with them foreigners. Let's get it.
Nah, dude. Sorry, I've had a bunch of them, and the case for all of them. That was just
Nope.
one job.
I walked into soldiers' rooms doing inspections, and
Shout
I've
out to
seen
Eddie
crazy
Diaz. I
shit,
see you out there in
but
the
I
YouTube
ain't
chat.
never. Nope.
But yeah, man.
I'm definitely not gonna sit there for that.
Paying for sex, I don't. To me, if you gotta pay for sex, that's like prostitution.
But everybody does
I don't think
indirectly.
buying gifts and things like that. Well, I mean, the sugar daddies, y'all used to
Indirectly, everybody has.
But
After that, no.
you never do it directly though. It's always
Right.
No,
indirect.
sugar daddies
Like
do
you
it
put
Well, no,
directly.
first on the money.
Sugar daddies
They
do it
do.
There are
directly.
some people. There
They
are
do,
some
but
people
you
who do it
put-
directly.
You put money into the situation, whether it's you put gas in your car to get there, whether you bought
You can't do the
lunch,
gas in
whether
your car to get there.
Hold on.
I'm just saying,
No,
indirectly,
You on the
you put
wrong
money
topic,
into the
though.
situation.
No,
It's
I know this
not-
one guy.
So you
I
said
know
you
this one
talking
guy
about
that I work with.
no,
This guy
we
is
talking
big
about
as all
paying for
holy hell,
sex.
and he
You're
sits up
talking
there.
about
He
paying for
pays for
sex.
sex like every weekend.
We all indirectly
That's what
do
he
it.
does.
this is
He
I didn't
not
say
a
we
talks about it, and
directly
he's
do it.
proud
I said
about
we
it.
But
I'm
this is
like,
not
indirectly
a
do it.
situation to where you're trying to build a relationship. We're talking about just a regular thing.
No,
You're
no,
not.
This is your
I'm not saying
Just
that.
give
dude.
I'm not saying that.
$500.
Like, would you
I've
pay?
I'm telling you.
I've
Just like
driven
this.
for
I
like
have a
45
coworker.
minutes to go pick up a chick that I was gonna meet up
No,
with
no, no.
once
What?
home and left. Like I've done that before.
That's not really
But
paying
Oh,
you
you
for it.
would have
I'm
had to
sorry.
pay for that.
No. In Germany,
That's not really
everything
paying
is so
for it.
far away.
Like
Germany,
bro.
nothing is close. It's
There's
not
certain
like
fees
that.
attached
You
to
would
that.
have to pay for
Apparently,
that.
there's certain fees
I
attached to
understand that.
everything is
car.
far away.
But let me put it like this: I have a coworker who literally every weekend he has this thing. He put me on. He's like, "Yo, you got to check out this thing called City X Guide." I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And he shows me. It's literally nothing but prostitution in all kinds of states. He said he goes there every fucking weekend. He said he has it budgeted in where he has a hooker like every weekend. The guy is big as
You
all
better
holy
keep
hell.
your little Jeffrey
And
Epstein little buddy the fuck
I
away
set
from
up
you because he's
I
gonna
sat
get
up
you in
here and
trouble.
told him. I sat up here and told him. I said, dude. I said that's not my speed. First off, I don't fuck with that. He's like, no, you can get all kinds of women. I was like, nah. I was like, what the fuck? I just looked at it on because I was like, yo, this is some crazy shit. I can't imagine that it literally is like a prostitute. I mean, it's like it's worse than Craigslist. Like
Well,
you heard of
in
how
Germany, you
Craigslist
go
was,
to a
right?
Black
club.
dating.
In
But
Germany,
there's a
you go to
website.
club
There's a website
and
called
you-
sugardaddies.com.
There is.
And guys,
all
pay
I
for
know is
that.
it's
Like I'm
shit.
saying though, in Germany, you go to a club
Every weekend that does that shit.
and being in the military in Germany, everything is far away. You're not going to be able to say, hey, go 2 blocks this way and there's a restaurant. You're going to have to drive 15, 20 minutes to get to another town, meet people at clubs.
End of the world. I
You
mean,
kick
if
it
you're
at the
driving like
club,
2
then
hours or
you're
something, I'm like, yo,
driving
you putting in some work.
20,
2
30
hours, you putting in
minutes
some work
to
for
get to their
other than
house.
that, no.
2 hours. Wait a minute.
Hold on, Jay
Why
Marie,
2
what was you saying,
hours?
Marie? What was
It
you saying
depends
about
on how far they live from there.
Jay Marie, what was you saying about sugardaddies.com?
Yeah, it's a website called sugardaddies.com.
Have you been on here for your own personal experience? Do tell.
Whoa.
This nigga right here.
Whoa.
So there was a time where I was informed of it and I went to it to determine whether or not it was valid. I did
you see
create
my
a
profile?
user
No,
account. I did not see your profile, Thelonious.
I'm joking.
And I saw a wide range of men from all ethnicities, like from every walk of life. And they say what they're paying for. And some just want to go out. Some want to go on a date. They just want a pretty little thing on their arm or whatever. I thought it was kind of creepy. So I did not participate.
I mean, wouldn't that be like equivalent?
I'm not.
Like,
I have.
Wouldn't that be like equivalent to like some type of escort type of shit? Like they do have male and female.
I have been to a swingers club. Quite interesting.
So that's paying for sex. I mean, you pay to get in, and you can have sex all night.
Yes, but at the same time,
you're talking about the.
But
I like going. I mean, I don't participate, but I like to go watch. And
a swingers club is not really paying for sex, though.
Yeah, she like to go watch.
I mean, dude, no, I'm telling you, I've actually gone with my ex-wife before.
I forgot we on live.
A swingers club is not. A swingers club is not really paying for sex. I mean, you're
paying to get in to have sex, and you're paying to get in.
Like,
but if you switch partners,
if you put in, you just paid to cover.
You just pay to cover. You pay to cover.
That's it. But I mean that would be the equivalent of saying if I go out to a nightclub, then I'm basically pay, or if I get bottle service for me and my friends or something, that means that I'm paying for sex because I end up hooking up with somebody. I didn't pay.
That's different.
No, if it's you and your friends,
the purpose of going to have sex.
Well, it's the fuck. Like that's your intent.
Maybe, or your intent is to like kind of feel it out. Like, I mean, doesn't mean you're always gonna like swap and do that shit. You can go, just like you said, you can go to a swingers club and watch. You can go to a swingers club and like kind of feel it's not like a pressure. I'm going there to fuck. It's like I'm just trying to see what's
It seems like it'd be weird if you watching. Although I
think that's weird though.
When we went, we didn't actually hook up. We didn't actually swap. We just went to
stand against the wall and watch. Like that's why
it's not about look at porn.
No, it's not. It's not wild. It could be.
No.
It's the same thing.
Listen. It's not about standing on the side and watching
pornos.
It's going there and saying to yourself, okay, I'm trying to see if there's like somebody here that I feel like or some couple here that I might feel like we kind of vibe with, where like we would want to swap or swing, like but I mean when we went to the club we were like, there's nothing here.
Wait a minute, wait 1 second. 1 second. So are you saying that you and your lady currently swing?
No. My ex-wife, we went to a swingers club because we were like, what the hell? Like she was into some kind of funny shit, and I was like, I'll indulge it a bit. Let's see what it is. And we went there and we didn't get the vibe that we wanted anything from any of the people that were there. That just wasn't our type.
Yeah, I went.
It was too much loose meat, right? It was loose meat.
Probably.
Wednesday or something.
But I mean, at the end of the day, we decided to go because we decided to check it out, and that's what it was.
So let me ask you this, Thelonious. Hold on, everybody. Don't say nothing. I want the answer from Thelonious specifically. How does it feel?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. Good.
How does it feel, Thelonious, when you go inside of a club, a swingers club, and then you walk up to a couple and you say, "Yo, my guy, you want to smash my girl and I smash yours?" How does that feel?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm not really a jealous person, and I know that sounds weird, but for me, like
I just want to know, how does that feel? Or has somebody said that to you? If they came up to you and be like, "Yo, my man, I got my wife right here. Yo, I want to smash yours. Yo, you want to switch right quick?" How would you feel?
To be honest, one of the reasons why we even thought about this is while we were on our friggin' honeymoon, man. Like we saw this couple, this really nice, like hot fucking Eastern European couple or something, and they were literally talking to us like that. Like, but we weren't like anywhere near there in that mindset yet at all. And we were literally on our honeymoon. We're sitting up here, we're talking to this couple, and we met them. They were nice. They were from New York. And we actually jokingly said, and it was one of the reasons why we decided to go into like the swingers club, because we were like, if we ever met that couple again, we'd probably say yes, because the girl was gorgeous. The guy was something for her. I mean, it would have been cool. Like, I would have been all right with it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know.
How was that conversation?
Wait. Yeah.
You're telling me there's not one jealous bone in your body that'd be like, yo, this man
that he might be swinging. He might be swinging. He might be swinging more than a left hook.
I'm sorry, you kind of broke up your mic. Say that again. Jamie, whatever you said.
I was saying that there's not one thing in your conscience saying that.
Wait, I don't know. I kind of feel like you guys cut out. I can't.
No, we can hear you.
I can hear you. Your mic cutting out.
Hello.
I want to everybody in the YouTube chat. Could y'all go to a swingers party and see somebody?
I can't hear you guys. I can't hear any of the conversation you guys are having.
Just hang up, Thelonious. Hang up, sir. No, we cannot hang up. Something?
Or whatever. I can't hear you.
You gotta press the buttons in Jeep.
I can't hear.
I had to remove Thelonious. He'll come back. He was having technical difficulties. But everybody in the YouTube chat, I want to know this. If you went to a swingers club with your partner, would you be comfortable with somebody's partner?
How would that conversation even start? That's the wild part.
That's what
I think it's more of a freaky thing. Like you more like you sitting at home and you're like, that's something on your bucket list. Like I wouldn't mind going to a place where there's multiple people enjoying each other's bodies. Now, I've been to one here in Dallas. Are you going
to partake, Devin? That's the main question. Are you going to partake?
I went with a female.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I completely couldn't hear you.
Female, and she and I did, but we didn't do it with nobody else. But it was just the fact of seeing the art of how they were having.
Yeah, that's what it was for us too.
That was kind of a turn on.
So you picked the right day,
and he didn't like it. He thought it was just disgusting.
No, I mean that was it. That for me was kind of like what it was. Like I said, it came up as like I know you say how does something like that come up? It was like we had that offered to us literally on our freaking honeymoon, and then we had like kind of gone into like she used to be into costumes and a bunch of other like kind of kinky shit.
Sounds fun.
So I mean,
the thing is, you're on your honeymoon, so
she wasn't
your
into
focus
that. We went into that.
Enjoying her.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm curious to know how would something like that sounds a little far-fetched at the moment because your focus on your honeymoon is on her. How would that conversation even begin? Where you're like, hey,
no. That conversation did not begin on our honeymoon. I'm telling you, that was our first experience. We were on our honeymoon, right? And we just happened to be like, in this really nice resort. And we met this couple that was like at one of the swim up bars. And I'm sitting up here talking to the guy, I'm just like, yo, what's up, man? How's everything? And he kind of like he seemed like weirdly like he was looking at my girl, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? And then he introduced me to his wife. He's like, oh, this is my wife. And I was like, okay, why are you introducing me to your wife? And then he tells us just basically flat out, he goes, you guys are a very attractive couple. And we're like, huh? And that's what he just kind of said. He's like,
dude, you just argued with me and then turn around and answer the question that I just asked.
That's like 50 Shades of Black. Oh, gray. I'm sorry. 50 Shades of Gray.
Like I said.
She said 50 Shades of Black.
He literally sat up there and he's like,
there is a 50 Shades of Black, but it's a anyway.
And dude, and
that was trash.
And what was it? What was it? No, the funny thing is like we weren't receptive at all at that time at all. We were like, oh, what the fuck? But I mean, like they were nice and we were still friendly with them because like, they were there, they were a cool couple. And we were like, oh yeah, we're not really into that. They were like, oh, we can hang out, we can have a good time. And, we still chilled with them. They were cool.
But Thelonious, you never answered my question, brother.
What was your question? I didn't hear it.
I want to know if it would have went down at that swingers thing with you and your girl and that man and his girl, would you be 100% comfortable with seeing him smash your chick?
I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. I don't think I would.
What?
I mean, it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me. I don't think so.
But for the ladies, would you consider that the dude didn't care about you if he was okay with that?
And I love my wife. It's not like I didn't care about her. It's just
I've never had anybody that was like truly interested in doing anything like Thelonious was talking about. I've had a couple different married couples ask for me to be a part of their thing, and I'm like, no. And then I would make a comment like she's not cute enough. No, I would make a comment like she's not cute enough. And then I'm like, wait a minute, why am I even looking at her? I'm not even looking at her like that. But it was just like, that she's not cute enough.
You never been in a situation where you're at a bar or a club and you meet a sexy couple and you are attracted to both of them. and the conversation, you're drinking and it gets a little touchy feely, and it happens.
This must be hold up. This must be
I haven't had it.
Nothing. I mean,
hold on.
I've had it.
Wait, Devin, are you saying that happened to you?
I mean, if I go to a bar and I see a couple and we start talking and we have a lot in common,
Oh my!
They both.
There was something.
I don't see anything wrong with that experience. I'm not saying I do it. I'm just saying you ain't never been in a situation.
Well,
when you meet somebody and they like both of them are attractive, like it's not that you want to start a relationship with them. It's just that they're talking to you and you're feeling what they both are saying, and you guys go to the next journey of that night, and it just kind of can end up somewhere.
No, we didn't go to no journeys, but there was when I was in the military. And now, as I recall, there was a situation where Jenga was involved, and it involved people stripping, but it was a large group of us. No, it was Jenga. It was a large group of us, but it started out being a husband and wife team. So they was trying to get somebody in some kind of situation, but I didn't partake in any of that. I just partook in the strip Jenga part, which is
you see. What was it? The interesting thing is in our old building where we used to live, me and my ex-wife, like we had this couple that lived there. I mean, they were like our good couple friends, and it was like they used to come over, they used to watch games with us and everything. And we actually talked about, we were like, damn, like, this is the kind, because she kind of said to me, because, like I said, we were into like a little cakey thing here and there. She's like, do you find her attractive? And I was like, it's a trap. And she tells me, I think she's cute. I was like, oh, wow, okay. And so basically she kind of told me, that she would be interested in it. I was like, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But, like, we never approached them about it because we were like, yo, I don't even know how we approached them. I mean, they were our couple friends, and we were like, yo, this is like some shit. And but we ended up going to like the freaking swingers thing, and we saw like nothing there that was interesting. I mean, we saw some attractive couples. It just wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't our vibe at all. Like, and it really depended. Like, and I mean, nowadays, my girlfriend that I have now, she's not, I mean, we haven't discussed it at all. Like, I wouldn't even go there with it, but I mean, whatever, I mean, this was my life before. I had girls before. I dated a couple of bisexual girls in the past, and they were into whatever. So I had other girls with us sometimes, but I never really had like another guy as like a couple. You know what I mean? I never had that. And this was like one of the first things.
Yo,
I don't mean another guy. I mean like a couple.
I think we understood what you were saying, but let me get some of these comments in the chat because we missing a lot of stuff on here. I apologize. Let's see, we got somebody who said
crazy right now.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So Eddie Diaz says no. If he goes to a swingers club, it's causing too many problems. And I mean, I guess it just depends. It depends on what you're into.
Let me answer that.
Okay.
Can going to a swingers club cause problems in the relationship? I'm gonna say no because you both agreed to go to begin with. So why would it cause?
What if your girl go there and she likes something more than you?
Now, when we get there,
I mean, that's what it is.
Decide to partake and indulge what's going on. I really don't want to hear no shit. Because you agreed to go.
Wait though. Now this is something that James was touching on it. What if she decide to get a ham hock over there and don't want to mess with you at all? And she like, nah, babe, I'm gonna go over here.
Let me answer that.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me. That means it wasn't for me to begin with.
So if she wants to go over there and let son from West Bubblefuck smash her, I'm gonna go over here and smash something myself, and then after I finish doing my due diligence, I'm gonna hop up in the whip and roll something and put something in the air and be
okay. Okay, so you're saying that would not go down like that?
Huh?
It wouldn't. The relationship wouldn't continue. Well, or the dating shit, whatever we're talking about, wouldn't continue.
First off, J. Marie, my question is, are you saying that she wants, let's say we go to a swingers place and she finds somebody that she finds attractive. That's what we're there for. I get it. Like, she finds something attractive and I don't see something, right? Is that what you're saying? Or you saying...
Right. No. It could be that, or it could be that she goes there without, you got all the intention, like, yeah, I'm finna smash. We finna smash all around these. Okay. And she like,
yeah, baby,
pause. I'm going over to Long Dick whoever, Ranger
that's
over
why
here.
You're there. That's why you're there, for her to find something.
And then you would
if
just
she
be like,
Ranger Rick more than she like you.
Wait a minute. And then the whole time she letting him smash her guts out. And then she come home like, come on, babe, let's go.
Let's go back.
Look,
but I'm saying
I honestly ain't got no problem. I'm good.
The main thing though that I think me and both Thelonious are agreeing on is that if you're going, that's what the intent is. That the high probability of that is going to happen.
Exactly.
So if you're going to,
she's gonna get hers, and then I'm gonna go find mine. Come on. I mean,
but at the same time, you know, a girl will leave you mentally before they leave you physically.
Right. Okay. Wait.
Because y'all learned that from the last show. You're right. You learned it from the last show. Head,
first up, Jay,
y'all are taking notes. Look at that.
Wait. Oh. You're sitting up here saying, like, if I'm going to a club with a girl that I'm with, first off, I'm not gonna go to a swingers club with a girl I'm having relationship problems with, or somebody who I feel like our connection isn't strong. Because if I'm going there, then I'm setting myself up for failure. Now, if I'm going there with somebody who I have a great relationship with, I feel like we have a great connection. I mean, dude, sex is sex. You know what I mean? Like, I could fuck one of the baddest bitches out there, but I still am going to want to be with this person because sex is just a physical act. You understand what I'm saying? So she might get something over there she likes. That's fine. And that's why we're here, to have a good time. Express, let's expand out a little bit.
Enjoy the moment.
That's fine with me. That doesn't mean I'm not taking it home.
But the thing is, what you not understand what I'm saying is that if that moment that she experiences is a life-altering moment for her, in her head, it alters her entire existence.
Bye.
Then
it's not that
and
hard.
she decides to go.
Bye.
I'm just saying. It to me, going to a place like that, even though you have good intentions, even though it's both y'all's idea,
I can't imagine
you would feel some kind of way if the chick was like, "Oh, I can't imagine
that happening with someone who you have a good relationship with." I mean, if that's what's happening, then you never had a good relationship with.
That's not true. That's not true.
I'll put it to you like this: in the words of Jay-Z, he don't like him. He one nights him. That's it. It's just a moment.
And he also wiped them though, but he also wiped them later. So let's clarify.
No, we're talking about
he wiped them later.
That's not true, because you know what? There are people out here who've been married for years that swing and they're happy. And it doesn't, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter if you are a swinger or not. That girl or that guy has been doing that for a very long time and they feel comfortable inviting you to do it. And so it's no surprise because you don't know people's secrets. So when you date a woman and that's what she watch porn and stuff like that, that's stuff that they've been doing for a while. They're putting on this persona for you to like them. That's what they do. And so you go to the club and they already know what club to go to because that's what they do. And don't be surprised if that's just normal for people who like that kind of stuff. They like group sex, they like threesomes, they like all kind of stuff. That's stuff that they've done for a long time. If you are
you're not going to lose your girl.
Hold up. Speaking of threesomes, hold up. Let me speak on this. I had a conversation. I had a conversation with a young lady a while back, and she was explaining. She was like, "If I was to have a threesome in a relationship, I don't know if I could really do the threesome thing and watch my man make a woman feel good like the way he make me feel." And I was like, that's interesting. And then she was like, and then at the same time, I prefer my man to be pleasing me, but I really wouldn't be paying attention to the other girl. So then I'm like, so what would be the purpose of having the threesome? Because
exactly, there's
no purpose.
Entertain each other. We're supposed to, you know what I mean? Like if I was in a threesome for a hot minute, I would fall back and watch the two females get it popping.
Exactly, like dude.
And then after that, I would
believe me, man,
trade my way in there. Now I mean, and be like,
exactly, man. Like, dude, I've had some legit threesomes. Thank God, I've been blessed enough to be able to have that, and then also I've had some accidental ones. And when I mean accidental, is like I hook up. No, when I'm saying I hook up with a chick, and then I have the other girl that's there, and she's kind of okay to mess with me, but she's not doing anything with the girl, and I'm looking like, okay, so what's the point? I'm like, okay, then I could just hit this and then come see you later. Like, why I gotta wear myself out going from one to the other? Not even going to participate. No, my dude.
In my backsliding days, I've done it, but I got saved and stuff. But
talk about it.
Nah, dude, what was it? Literally, my best time was I dated these two girls.
Hold on, let Devin get the floor. I need Devin to speak her piece right now. She said in her younger days.
So backsliding days. Let's get it right.
Backsliding days.
She said backsliding.
No, I remember the first time I ever had one was with my roommate in college and her boyfriend.
Oh.
And we were kind of attracted to each other. We practiced on each other all the time. So we just kind of got comfortable.
Practice.
And then her boyfriend, he was a good looking dude. And we did it. And he wanted to do it all the time because that was something he's never done before. He was from a small town in Texas. He never heard that. And he's never seen women do that. Some people just been sheltered. And it was,
or he was lying, and he. I really believe he was excited. Do that.
He was really excited,
really country boy.
And he'd been with her since ninth grade, and they ended up getting married. And one day we went to celebrate her. She turned 40, and they still married today. And we got to talking about it. He was like, "Remember when we used to do stuff in the dorms?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that!" Your husband knows, it was kind of weird, but we still friends today. And when people meet us, when she and I get together, they see a chemistry with us because we're really close. Now, we haven't touched each other since we graduated college, but people be like, have y'all ever fooled around? Because y'all real cool. And I'd be like, back then, yeah, we did, but they still married.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what they do.
Never know.
The funniest thing for me? I was gonna say the funniest thing for me. I actually not dated, but I kind of messed around with these two girls that were dating each other.
Nice.
And you see the weird thing about it was I used to dance in high school. I was in ballet, whatever. And it was these two girls, they were, I wouldn't really call them lesbians because they didn't really know what they were yet, but they were kind of seeing each other, dating each other. And I don't know, we had a good chemistry, and they were like, oh, you should hang out with us. And then one thing led to another, and then it just became a regular thing. But like I said, that was my favorite kind because it was literally I'm watching them and they have that passion with each other and they have it with me, and it was fun. But like I said, the little accidental threesome where I'm sitting on the couch messing with one girl, the other girl happens to be there and she's down, but just to be with me, I'm like, that's exhausting. I don't mean to crush the dreams of people, but that shit's exhausting because you're sitting up here. Because
takes your motive out of eugenics or some shit, my nigga.
Yeah, dude. You're sitting up here hitting one, you gotta hit damn. I get no break.
But when you said you was in your 20s or something, so y'all had all that energy during those times anyway.
Exactly.
But now, so now would you still partake in that kind of stuff? That's the question.
I absolutely would. I absolutely would. But it's I would have to know that my girl is comfortable with it. I wouldn't introduce it obviously out of fear because she's gonna be like, oh, what the fuck is this? It's as a matter of fact, I even invited my girlfriend to being part of this.
Somebody need text for it.
So
technical difficulties.
Either that or she wiped his face across the screen.
He just got attacked by his wife, Delonia.
She said, nigga, what?
He's married?
She said swingers club.
What's going on?
He wiped that nigga whole face across the screen. That's probably what happened.
Wait, what happened? What? You talking about me?
Oh, Tony.
Nigga, yeah.
You thought you got yanked up by your collar right quick, fam.
No. Basically, what I said is I would definitely still do it. If the person I'm with is into it, like me, once you're exposed to something that you're kind of into and is good, it's you might dial it back just because, out of respect for the person you're with, but it doesn't change the fact that you enjoyed it. If I met someone my girl now, she's not she's not as adventurous like that. But I mean, she's very sweet, and she's like, she's an amazing, mother figure, and she's like great in other aspects. So it's like, I'm willing to like not like it's not like I desire. Oh my God, I need to do this.
So we gotta.
Hold on, I want to say something, ladies. All you ladies that like ladies, I like y'all because y'all like the same thing I like.
Exactly.
But the masculine ladies, what they call them, studs.
Oh no!
I hate them.
The stud ones.
I
really don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't.
And the females, what I would like to ask y'all, the females that like girls.
I don't get the gay guys that act like females either.
The females that like girls, I want to know, when y'all get the girls that look like dudes, why don't you just get a dude anyway?
Can I answer that? Can I answer that?
Go ahead, Devin. Go ahead.
There's a DJ in Dallas. She is fine. She's so fine. When I first saw her, she's like a stud, but she's pretty.
Okay.
And you don't see her as a guy. I see her as a really pretty female who likes to wear boy clothes. She got the latest sneakers. Like, she really hot. There's something about her that turns me on. I don't know. And when I see her, she may get some bills paid. She keep on looking good. She is just hot. And she know that I like her. I crushed on her a lot. Like, if I was to choose her and a guy, I would choose her. And she's really a hot chick. I don't like the ones who act like men, though. The ones that are like wearing white beaters, they titties taped up. No, I like I like pretty girls, and if it's a stud, she gotta be really
taped up. Oh shit!
No, but I gotta say something, because I have friends that are like that. I have friends that are transgender as well, so I gotta speak up and say that is I've asked that question to them, and like I had a roommate. I had a roommate that she liked girls, but she liked the dudes that were, so she liked the butch type. She was the pretty girl type. And she liked the butch types. And then there was this girl that I met that was transitioning, and she was transitioning into a dude, and it was just like that. We like what we like. And that's just what it come down to. They like what they like because it didn't have a rhyme or reason, and it still doesn't, because everybody has a different way that they look at it. Like, some of them want the impression of a guy, but they like the girl aspect of it. I don't know. I can't call it. I don't know. I can't call it. I like what I like, which is not pussy.
I don't like plastic.
So I'm just
saying, like to use plastic. And they want to act like guys, and they walk around.
I mean, they can't unless they're
they got the best imagination on the planet.
Whatever another, then they can't do that. So they have to.
In all honesty, like head, and they never had it.
Basically, what you were saying, Jane Marie, is really interesting, because I used to have a friend, like, in high school, transgender, and he was like, I mean, literally, like, yeah, in high school, transgender. And the funny thing about it was, this guy was so, I mean, he looked so awkward as a guy. What the hell? How? And
don't say how.
No. Listen. When he transitioned to a girl, fucking gorgeous. Like, I mean, to the point where even I was like,
what?
Like, dude. No, listen. We used to go out to the club together, right? Listen. We used to go out to the club together, right? And everybody's eyes used to be on, like, and not in the bad way, like, very nice. And the weird thing about it is, he only liked girls. Which didn't make sense to me. So when Jay Marie was saying, it's all about what you like, it truly is, because he was gorgeous as a girl. I mean, amazingly pretty. The prettiest. Like, I'll show you pictures from, like, my Facebook at some point. Gorgeous.
Okay. So,
but no need to do all that. No need to identify him.
I'm not letting that slide. Fuck that.
No, I have a coworker.
And like I said, wait,
pretty girl.
Listen to me. I said he only dates girls, and I was like, damn.
A dude look gorgeous as a girl. I don't. Yes. I don't.
No.
Okay, so
no.
That is like them Apple AirPods. You know how they came with the little extra fucking strap to go on the bottom of them because people kept losing them.
No,
you like regular ass headphones with extra snaps. Don't make no fucking sense.
Believe me, you guys don't understand it because you probably haven't seen like truly. First off, and my sensitivity to it was the fact that he kind of looked like.
Don't say
No,
I
listen,
haven't
listen.
seen. I've seen.
I've
watched
I
Maury
said
too,
my
and Maury
That
they
ain't my
have
my
life experience.
on
sensitivity
Maury
to
they
it
be having
is the
those
fact
chicks
that
that really look like video vixens, but you could tell
I
they
saw
really
this
into it.
guy. Like I said,
Oh
I saw
man.
this guy in high school struggling, right? And like he just never seemed like he was comfortable. He never seemed right. Then when he transitioned, the man, like I said, this girl, she now looks amazing. She looks amazing. She looks happy, comfortable. She's now
Get the
married to this
fuck out my
woman. They
face
have a
with that
kid
shit.
that he produced, which I'm like, like I said, he only
Oh, so
liked women.
he still had his dick, but he was a
Yeah,
Oh
girl.
yeah.
man.
Get the fuck
So
out
he's
my
He
not
face.
only liked
What
women.
transgender.
kind of cheating shit is that?
No,
I
no,
Oh
no,
mean,
no,
that's
no,
man.
no,
not
no, 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 no,
cheating.
no, 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 no. He was transgender, and he has like I guess tits. I've never seen underneath it, but
But he
I
still
mean,
has his
like,
male organs.
but yeah, but when I say
I mean, I
absolutely,
grew up in that community. I mean, I came out at
they
13,
never,
and I have
yeah.
a friend that's a female that I worked
Mhm.
with at a company who is a boy. She's a beautiful girl, and it was just bothering her to be a girl. And she had the whole transformation. She has a penis. She had her breast removed. And the weird thing about it is that she date men. I didn't understand it. So one day it was Pride Month, and we were
This
having
is
a
the
really
same
deep
thing.
conversation.
Hold
And I
on.
said, "You being transgender, you now a boy." I said, "What are you gonna date?" And she said, "Well, I still like men. I just want to be a boy."
I
Would have thought she would have
What?
wanted a girl.
And this is exactly my friend's scenario too. A female.
Okay, so
100% is a female, other than the fact of his sex organ, and he basically fell in love with this gorgeous girl. They have a kid together. And I mean, or two kids now. I mean, he's happy, he's content, but he never seemed right.
So
He
check
never
this out.
seemed right as a
Hold
guy ever.
on. So here's my like ass backwards logic on this. Okay, so what age did these individuals decide that they were going to make that change?
He was 15. He was 15.
Okay, he was 15. Okay, so okay, hold on.
It was
Okay,
junior year and he
okay,
transitioned.
I get it. Hold on. Then Miss Devon, when did your friend transition?
She told me that she knew at 12 that she didn't feel right in her body.
Okay, so here's my, I could be wrong as fuck, but here's my ass backwards logic with that. Okay, so when you're young, if you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, your testosterone level for men, if it's lower, you're gonna have
you're wrong about this
female feelings. If it's higher, it tells you to go. If it's not balanced like it's supposed to,
because I mean, I
people are gonna
came out at 13, but I never wanted to be a boy.
But I'm just saying, you knew, but liking girls and being physically wanting to change into a guy or into a girl,
that's different.
It's got to be a chemistry issue. And instead of letting kids do stuff like that, just like said, my daughter said she wanted to be a fucking puppy. If she said, "Hey,
that's not the same thing. That's not cool. That's not the same thing.
It's different.
Okay, so
I disagree. I mean, let me say I respect your opinion, but I disagree with that because there are a lot of people that will argue with you on that one. So you gotta be careful.
This guy from the moment he entered high school at like 12, 13, he said his whole life he felt uncomfortable, and his parents used to try to push him.
And I have family like that has said the same thing.
I'm not saying that I don't understand. I'm saying I do understand, but in my head, I'm trying to make it make sense to me. So my way of making it make sense,
don't need to make sense to you,
is that chemically, their brain is telling them to do certain things.
That's fine, but it's not going to make sense to you. And some of those things you have to like. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
But this is the thing, though. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm saying that as an adult, because I have kids, as an adult, I'm not going to let my young child tell me that they feel like the opposite sex that they were born. I'm going to tell them, wait. I'm going to show them. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish.
So would you try to push them to?
No, listen to me. Listen.
Let them finish.
Listen. I'm going to show them appropriateness the way that I can show them. So me interacting with a woman, they're going to see that. A woman interacting with me, they're going to see that. As they get older, If they make that choice when they become an adult, when their brain is fully formed, that's their choice. I'm going to support them 100%. But I'm not going to push my young child to be something that they're not until they get to the point in their life where they can make that decision.
But they've been that, and at 18
fashion.
or at 18
Because
or 21 or adult, they probably have been that way.
Your brain does not fully form until you're 25. Your brain grows from the back to the front, and it is fully grown at 25. So
you're absolutely right.
My child,
but like I said, if you're sitting up here and you're telling your child that is still trying to, come to terms. First off, going through puberty for anybody is hard in general. And then to add to that, the concept of now having to wrestle with your own identity and whether or not you feel like you were even born in the same skin. Now I get it. You're saying, okay, I wouldn't let them, or you'd say I would try to instill my values and push so they can see what you consider to be a normal relationship and normal interaction.
I'm not saying push my values. I'm not saying that. I'm saying show them my interaction with the woman is going to be appropriate. My interaction with them
but you're acting as if being transgender is inappropriate. Understand
I'm not saying
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it may be chemical. Hold on, let me say this. Because I'm going to offend the LBGT community. Even though you may think it's inappropriate, you think that some kids are born that way. And unfortunately, I've seen young boys who can hula hoop and that can jump rope growing up, and I'm 41. So I grew up in a time where we didn't talk about that kind of stuff. Our pianist was gay. The choir director was gay. We just didn't say nothing.
Right behind you. Right behind you.
I'm saying to myself, these little boys out here who are growing up, and that's how they identify themselves. And it's not inappropriate. It's how the world sees it as inappropriate. And it's these false teachings that make it inappropriate. If my daughter told me she wanted to be a boy, I have to support that and let her do it.
I'm not saying
I don't want her to be
I've had friends that have tried to commit suicide because they felt as though they weren't accepted, and they couldn't be who they thought they needed to be.
I'm not saying that it's inappropriate.
I can't hear what y'all saying because y'all all talking over each other.
What I was saying is that you can't say my parents been married for 50 years. I've seen what a man and woman's supposed to be like. When I came out, that was my choice. Now I didn't want to be a boy, but I like girls, and that was just something that I just liked. But if my daughter say, "Mommy, I don't feel like a girl. Something's different with me," I have to support her.
No disrespect, guys. I gotta go. It's late as hell here.
Peace, Thelonious. Thank you. Have a good one.
I really enjoyed talking with you guys.
Love you. Have a good one. Thank you.
I don't want her to feel like it's inappropriate.
I wasn't saying that them saying that was inappropriate. I wasn't saying that. What I was saying is that my interaction would make sure that I would show them appropriate for my sex to be talking to a female sex. Now, that would be my action. Now, if they came to me and said, "Hey, I don't feel right. I feel like this," and they're saying that they feel like something that they're not, my first reaction is going to be to take them to the doctor. I'm going to take them to the doctor. I'm going to get them, their chemical levels checked to make sure ain't nothing wrong. Because if I'm telling myself that I'm not who I am, I'm going to make sure there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, but
if there's nothing wrong, then and they continue to go that route, all I can do is support that. I'm not saying
James,
that
what you also got to look at, I think you got to look at when you say that is you don't want to caution them that something is fucked up about them, because that's how you can easily. But I'm saying you got to be careful with that, because when you rushing to take them to the hospital to get them checked and they're not bleeding, they're not, nothing's physically wrong with them that they can see.
First. I'm not gonna just throw them in there. Me and that doctor are gonna have a conversation, and we're gonna sit there without my child being there. I'm going to sit there and talk to that doctor and explain what conversation me and my child had. And I'm going to ask them, "Hey, medically, is there anything going on that you can think of out of your medical knowledge? Because you are the subject matter expert in these things. So you're going to know more about it than I would." Now, if they tell me, "Hey, their chemical levels are fine, that's just the way they feel," then all I can do is support that. But I just want to make sure as an adult to check that box, so that way I'm not pushing them into something or encouraging something that doesn't need to happen anyway. Does that make any kind of sense?
No.
So like if if a kid says they want to be a dinosaur and they're like, hey, I want to be a dinosaur when I grow up. And you're like, all right, cool. You like dinosaurs. Good deal. That's not a big deal. That is different than them saying, hey, they're being born a girl and say, hey, I want to be a boy. I feel like I'm going to be a boy. Now, if they're just saying that to be saying it, I'm not going to encourage them to be a boy. But if they like sports, I'm going to encourage them to pursue sports. If they like baseball or if they like basketball, I'm going to push them and encourage them to be the best that they can in those sports. I'm not going to sit there and mention their gender. Like, I'm not going to say, hey, you're a girl, you can't do that. I'm going to encourage them to push those talents as far as they can push them. But when it comes to their actual sexual orientation, I personally won't encourage that.
But now, okay. Older. But now, what if it is
what they want to do when they get older? That is perfectly fine. I will support them every day of the week.
But what if it is an imbalance? Then are you going to give your child medicine to fix that?
I would ask the subject matter expert what a medical recommendation would be.
The doctor, who's a guesser of a lot of this too.
They are guessing, but at the same time, they're educated guessers.
So what if you have a gay doctor?
Me looking the shit up on
yeah, there we go. That what if you
a doctor tell you about how you feel? They just licensed to do so to make money. Let me tell you something.
A gay doctor,
transgender does not mean that you're gay. Transgender means that you are identifying as a certain race.
I understand that.
I'm sorry, certain
sex. Yeah.
Okay, let's be clear. So I said my friend Jordan is a girl. She's a girl. Mm-hmm. She turned into a boy. She has a penis and everything. She dates men. She's still dating men. Being transgender does not make you gay. Gay and I hate.
I never said it would. I completely understand that.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain it to people who don't do that. You know, they don't understand how we feel.
Well, I have soldiers that were gay. And I've had soldiers, both male and female, that were gay.
Yeah, my cousins are soldiers. They're gay. My sister's a vet.
But the thing is,
retired vet.
I support them.
It has nothing to do with that. It's just about how they identify themselves. And we should be respectful of how people live their lives. And
I do that. But
it's not a chemical imbalance, because if that's the case, everybody in this country has a chemical imbalance.
It is different when it's your child, and you have to support them, and you have to also respect what they're saying, and you cannot discredit it by just blaming it on a chemical imbalance.
Yeah,
I'm not blaming it.
Because then are we going to use medicine to fix the chemical imbalance?
Whatever choice that I make, I want to make sure it's an educated choice.
It's not your choice.
It is when they're my child, when they're under the age.
But it's not your choice at the end of the day. You're not the one who has to identify with that. It's your child's choice. You can either support them or you can.
Is, but I'm still responsible for guiding that child till they get to adulthood.
That's true,
and
but you also
has to be informed. It cannot be.
It can be informed, but you also got to understand that a doctor cannot tell you how to raise your child too.
Right.
And the way that you might love and respect and communicate. Yeah, but he's not living with you.
On those.
Right, but he's not living with you.
He probably like men too.
But at the same time, the doctors, their job, their primary purpose is to direct you on medical matters. So
you think being transgender is a medical issue?
No, I'm saying that a child telling me that they want to be a different sex than what they were born, I'm going to get as much information about it as I possibly can before.
So you have to look at the parent, but you have to look at the parenting, because I feel like, to me, for a child to want to identify as a different sex, parenting comes into play. And I feel like if you teach your children, okay, you are a boy or you are a woman, you treat them like that. You get your sons in sports. You don't let your sons go and take ballet class. I know that sounds sexist, but you are introducing them to a lifestyle, something that women do. It's a parent's.
No, if my son wanted to go to dance, I would never.
Hold that thought, everybody, because Devin, I'm glad you mentioned that, because now I want to ask you, what do we say in the situation with Dwayne Wade? When we're speaking about parenting, Dwayne Wade is a basketball star. His other son, Zaire, is an up-and-coming basketball star. but his other son wants to be female. So what are we doing with that?
I think that I like the support that they're giving him. And I would say that he knows who he wants to be.
At the age of 14, 13, 14?
I'm telling you, I have grown up with boys who jump rope and do things and they twist. And I mean, it's not, and I don't know if they've seen their mothers do it, lack of father in the house, but a lot of them have come out as women. But I do think what they're doing to support their son is an awesome thing, because you don't want the world to tell him he's wrong and he commits suicide. And that's the problem. We can't judge people when we're not living our lives correct either. We do things that are questionable all the time. So for a young boy who's saying that he feels like he's a woman, let him experience that. We can't judge him. We have no reason to judge this young boy. I don't see anything wrong with it. I feel like Dwayne Wade being a man, standing up and supporting his son is a good thing. Because you don't want the world to tell him that, oh, you're a bad father, or Gabrielle, you're a bad mom. I mean, the world can be horrible. And so if he don't have support from his family, they didn't send him to a doctor. He's not chemically imbalanced. There's probably something wrong for what he's seen in his past. And escaping and dressing in dresses and wearing heels, maybe that's something that he goes to. But I think that I commend them for supporting their son, because some people would have put him out on the street, condoned them. It's a sin. You're going to hell. You ain't about nothing. You're worthless. I commend them for supporting him.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, I mean, just to keep it on that note right there, because I want to change topics right quick, because we ain't even really mean to indulge in that one right there, but it needs to be talked about. You never know what happens on Fresh Poetry. We talk about everything. Poetry is the art of spoken word. So, you know, this is what we're doing here. So earlier we touched on the basis of paying for sex. Now, I mean, would you pay for sex? Do you consider yourself paying for sex if you buy the alcohol or the beverages or the food or gifts and shit like that? And we also touched on hygiene of the opposite sex turnoffs and shit like that. Now, I mean, it's a lot going down here on Fresh Poetry. We've been on for a good hour and 43 minutes. We normally give y'all an hour, but an hour and 43 minutes. We still gonna rock out with y'all. The YouTube chat room is lit right now. They saying they want more, so I'm gonna just keep it going for the next 17 minutes. I'll end it here at 12 o'clock PM Central. You heard. But other than that, shout out to the YouTube chat room. We got Suge Knight in there. Shout out to Suge. Shout out to Elize. Shout out to Eddie Diaz. Shout out to SP is in the building.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody just popping up in there, giving their comments and their interactions. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. If you feel like donating, donate what you want to the Cash App. I'm not really reading comments unless y'all send the Cash App. Fuck that. I feel like that. Let's go. But yo, paying for sex, never did it, never will. And opposite sex hygiene turnoffs. If your breath stink, turn off. If your box stink, I'm leaving. If you got hairy legs, I'm turned off, because I don't want to.
Are you serious?
Like that shit. I don't want to feel bristle pads rubbing on my legs now.
What if it's not bristle pads? What if she has soft hair?
I don't know.
Good hair, I mean.
The hairy legs.
You said, what if she what?
What if she has good hair? Like mixed, mixed.
You know, with hairy legs?
I gotta check them out. That, to me, hairy legs on a girl is like a girl with hair under their arms and shit. Like, I don't like it. Hairy legs and hairy underarms on females, those are just no-nos. Like,
hairy underarms is different. That's different.
Hold on,
but the legs.
She done snuck in here and ain't gonna say nothing. Yo, Shyness, unmute your mic. Nah, I mean, we ain't gonna play no games. What's good, baby?
Hairy legs. Shyness, you there?
I'm here. Sorry, I was looking for my mute button.
What's good?
Well, I don't like chest hair.
You know, I love when you call in.
You say you don't like chest hair?
Yeah.
I love chest hair.
Shyness, you say you don't like chest hair?
Chest hair having ass niggas.
Oh, I love chest hair. I like beards, chest hair.
Oh, no. No chest hair for me.
No chest hair for you, Shyness. That's right, baby.
No chest hair, huh?
You heard?
Not a little bit of sprinkle of taco meat. None of that.
No.
Like a little, like the little part that be like kind of poking up, little gray hairs.
Nope. No, thank you.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That's the turn off.
I love chest hair.
I don't love it, but a little bit of it is okay, but not like.
Now, I like the hair on their genitals. I just think that's sexy to me. They show us
what?
I don't like a man who's shaved down there. That's
She likes
me.
bald hair.
Yo.
She said bald hair.
I don't like men who are like some detail with cutting down there.
If y'all have hair on your chest, you're a fucking chia pet. I don't want no part of a female that has hair on her chest. You don't have hair on her chest, I gotta go that way. I'm curvy.
You might be blocking your blessing, okay? You don't never know. You could be blocking your blessing.
For fuckers, you a
woolly mammoth ass, a woolly mammoth ass chick. You might be blocking your, but that might be your wife, Fresh.
What?
Yeah.
A female that got hair on her chest, first of all, what the fuck testosterone problems are you going through to have hair on your chest?
Hey.
Fresh, do you know in some countries,
some shit bigger than yours.
I don't care about some countries. I'm talking
in
about
some
hair.
countries, especially my daughter's father, where he from, having chin hair and chest hair is wisdom for the men. And they say that if they have
ladies though.
Some said ladies, I'm serious. They like women with some of them. But where he from, the tribes, if they have chest hair and chin hair, that's like a respect.
No, okay, Shyness, she can speak to that. You're
Which
from
country
Nigeria?
Is that?
Oh, okay.
Which country is that? That's what I'm talking about, Shyness.
He's from Nigeria, but we were talking about that. We were watching a movie and this woman had chest hair, and I thought that was weird. And it was one of those movies, and she had chest hair, and he said in some tribes that's considered beautiful.
Was it porn? It wasn't porn.
No, it was an actual African Nigerian movie, and she had chest hair, and she always acts with chest hair. And I was like, why don't she just shave it? And he said in some tribes that's considered, beautiful.
Well, to be honest,
what tribe is that, ma'am?
I'm from Kenya. Kenya is East Africa. Nigeria is West Africa.
Yeah,
I don't know about their fetish.
We don't know about that.
Fuck out my face.
She said, "Fuck that. That ain't the fetish of
Kenya. That's not how we roll." I know one thing. I know some men like.
Hey, Shyness, I don't want none of my ladies with chest hair, baby.
Oh no. I know some women do have beard, but it's just hormones. But they do shave it, and the chest hair they do shave it because even they don't like having that. But I know African men, they like pubic hair.
Hey,
yeah,
I don't understand why. So they like that. But I don't know about the chest hair.
You know what? It's hot as hell in Africa. And they like pubic hair on females. That sweaty ass wolf pussy. We ain't trying to smell that shit. Oh, I'm sick.
When y'all get an opportunity, go to YouTube, and I want y'all to watch Palace Queen. It's a Naija movie. And you're going to see one of the wives, she has chest hair, and I just didn't understand it. I don't have chest hair, but I was asking him, why don't she just shave it? He was like, that's her tribe. They like chest hair.
Oh, goodness.
Man. Well, they can keep that shit at that tribe. Don't bring that shit to home.
Yeah, just get rid of all the hair. Stay fresh, man. Stay fresh. Exactly. Everywhere.
Fresh. That's what we talk about.
That should have you coughing. Swear down.
Not for nothing.
Find a piece of hair in your mouth. Like, what is this?
Let me ask you ladies something though. Ladies, do y'all prefer a man to shave his pubic region or leave it bushy?
Bushy.
I prefer it to be neat. Low maintenance, low pile like grass. Low pile, trimmed up. Edges lined up really nice, that kind of thing. Yes, low pile.
So you want to get a shape up?
I want a 1. I want a 1 on the cut. Okay, I got a son. I want a 1 on the cut.
Against
not
the
a 4.
With the grain.
I want a 1
with the grain.
I don't like his shape.
A fade off even.
It's prickly when you go down there. If
but
they
when
shave,
you catch it in your mouth, it's just.
Hey. That's what
you're not sucking the hair. You're not sucking
no,
the
but
hair.
if you go down all the way, okay, that's another conversation. Ladies' night conversation.
Y'all are crazy.
Yes, we'll talk about that on the ladies' night episode.
I have to move rooms for this conversation. Is getting
we might have to say we saved that for next Wednesday. We got 9 minutes left, y'all.
We don't know yet. He throwing out stuff. We ain't. Maybe not next Wednesday, but it's gonna be a Wednesday. It's gonna be
so fresh. Let me ask you a question. You say you don't like women who have hairy legs, hairy arms. So when you meet a woman that you connect with, and let's say you feeling her, and she decides to wear shorts, and she has hair on her legs, how is your approach to her about the hair on her legs? Because some women don't like to shave their legs; they don't want to mark up their legs, and
I'm gonna just be like, "Yo, is that manageable?" I mean, can we do something about that? Because if it look like it need to be shaved, like if it look like crazy, like OD, like it don't look feminine on them, it's like, nah, we not doing that. No, we not doing that.
They got the stuff they can put on there now and wipe it off.
I've never shaved my legs, but they're not quickly, and I don't know. I will never shave my legs. No.
Are they smooth?
Or my arms.
Are they smooth, Shyness? Or your legs?
Yes, they are. They are very smooth. They are.
Oh, so you don't have hair issues like most women?
No.
Oh,
see,
that's rare.
Smooth. Keep it fresh, baby. Keep it fresh.
Yeah, but I shave everything else. Shoot.
As you should.
I tried to shave everything else, and it didn't work out right. I even went and got a wax.
Oh.
And
I heard that's
my dude, he don't like hair. He's real picky about that. So I decided to try it to get get the wax. That about killed me. And I was like, you ain't worth all that.
I tried the Nair strips. Oh. I tried to put it on my leg hair, and I couldn't get that shit off. It was a wrap then. I threw that shit out.
Yeah.
Because if I put it on my I need going to the ER.
When they got through with me at that spot, I was dead. Like I said, this is hard. Who does this? Just for him, he can just deal with it. He ain't going nowhere. He can just deal with
it. Y'all remember the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin when he went to get the wax off his chest?
Oh yeah,
that's rough.
That shit hurts.
I've heard girls like chicks have told me that's a rough experience, and they walk funny for a little bit because down there is a little tender.
I mean, all jokes aside, though, I'd rather a female be shaved, like in a private region, like shaved. You know what I mean?
He said, "All seriousness, hold up. All jokes aside.
I gotta let that be known.
Let's make sure
spooky out
we clear.
There's don't be one no tumbleweed.
We trying to go into no wolf,
no wolf pussy,
no forest.
What about hair on their knuckles or their feet?
Hair on your knuckles and feet, like goddamn, what you doing? Getting the microscope and running up on people, giving them an examination?
No, some people have hair on their knuckle, on their hands. You know, the little hair part.
Oh yeah,
and they have it on their feet. And I'm wondering, like, is that a turn off too? Because you can't help where your hair grows.
That ain't that serious, because that's like a little bit of baby hair, or some shit like
that. If my foot ain't in his mouth, he don't need to be worried about what's wrong with my feet. And I don't particularly care for my feet to be in his mouth. So
as long as your feet don't stink and your toes is done. Know what I mean?
Oh, some men would like your feet in their mouth.
Oh yes.
Some people got a fetish with that.
It's a whole different conversation.
No, because I'm really ticklish, so it's not even attractive to me. You gotta press hard and everything for me to not be tickled.
First of all,
let me make a phone call.
I don't want no feet in my mouth. I don't want no corns, no bunions. I don't want none of that fungus shit. No.
You don't suck toes?
Hey, yo. Man, where my button at?
Do you?
Fuck out my face.
Do you?
Fuck out my face with that shit. I ain't no toe sucker. How the hell would I be a toe
That's an aphrodisiac, though, when you meet a woman.
Well, I've got my toes sucked. Shoot, I've got my toes.
Mushrooms is an aphrodisiac. Sucking toes ain't. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Fuck out my face with that shit.
Well, so you're missing out. You're missing out, brother.
I don't know.
Do you suck toes?
Hold on, Shot.
I'm not gonna say that.
Hey, you suck toes?
I'm leaving it alone. I am not saying shit. I'm leaving it alone. Nope.
If Shot is smooth, I might have to reconsider.
No. Y'all ain't finna do me like that today. No, sir.
Put a big toe in your mouth. You don't do that?
A big toe in your mouth. Hey, yo. We ain't doing that.
I'm not even gonna comment on that shit.
No, but sometimes if your leg is towards the back, though, I've had that happen, and then the guy will grab it, but it's still like ticklish. So you don't like it. It really messes up the mood.
What kind
so
of
it's like
okay, so all right, so check this out. All right, so hold on, check this out. So if you got a chick on her back and she got her legs up, and you putting in work, you look her dead in the face while you putting in work, and she put that foot up there, kind of is what it is. As long as you focus on her and you make eye contact with her, you sure what time it is? Yeah, she with it, and it ain't gonna be no tip.
I've had you like your toes suck.
Get the fuck out my face.
Do I?
Who?
Fuck
the
no.
boys?
Yo, that's wild.
Oh.
Fuck no.
That's wild.
I'm ticklish. I don't like that shit.
So fresh.
Hey, yo.
So if somebody grab your foot and they just like, yo, I like chocolate toes. Go ahead and put
no. Hang on, no woman will grab a man's feet and start eating them.
What if a woman did that? Though?
It's the other way around.
Let me tell you something. If you grab my foot, I fuck around in 300 Spartan kick the fuck out of you. What are you talking about? Grab my foot? Like, I'm not the one that's being submissive. You're not grabbing.
Yes. Oh no.
So what are your limits?
So that makes you feel like a bitch. That makes you feel like a bitch if she grabs your foot.
So what are your limitations on sex?
What you mean?
In regards to a woman trying to please you, what is your limitation that you won't allow happen?
I'm not. What I won't allow? I'm not with the weirdo shit. Ain't no salad tossing going on. That's first and foremost. I don't play that weird shit.
Not salad, not toes, not.
Are you going to drop the soap bend over?
Not Get
the fuck out my face with that shit.
Excuse me.
Oh Lord, my backside. I got some stories for y'all, honey. I hear this. I got some stories.
Ain't no licking on my toes, and ain't no licking on, ain't no salad tossing. That shit is wild mode.
Ain't no putting fingers where they ain't supposed to be going.
Your fingers, yes. But I thought that was a thing for the guy. I thought that's what gets you there when they put the finger back there.
Hey,
that'll get you high five in the forehead.
You dealing with shyness?
No,
No. I haven't done that. I'm saying I had that. That's what the guys do. I watch movies.
Oh no! I don't like those.
It's a white boys. That's not okay.
I don't like
those. Okay. It's gross.
Those are the wrong movies, shyness.
You want to let a woman do that to you?
Hell no. Never put a finger in my butt. No.
What?
Fuck no.
That's wild.
But they say that's where that's what they say the G-spot is there.
Can she?
What about your nipples?
Can she bite?
No, that's weird too.
Can a female bite on me?
Bite your head. This stuff.
If I know she like that, then I'll do that to her. But she ain't gonna do that shit to me.
Nah, don't bite my third leg. Don't bite my.
Don't bite it.
That's scary.
So y'all don't like your
guys
nipples
like
sucked or nothing like that?
Huh?
You don't like your nipples sucked or nothing like that?
Hey, yo, that sound wild mo for a guy to say, yo, I like my nipples sucked.
Yeah, it sounds bad for you to say it. It sounds bad, but some will do it, and they may say that.
Yeah.
I don't know who y'all be talking to.
Because your nipples arouse you. So it's like.
I don't think you guys are one with your feminine side.
Right.
I would rather be in a feminine side.
Like if a female is touching you, like I'm used to like if they licking or kissing on my ears or my neck or some shit like that. But all that nipple and that foot shit, we're not doing that. What are we talking about?
So nipple foot.
So you're having a boring sex life. Sounds like.
No. That's a lie. That's definitely a lie. But
I've seen plenty of educational material. I know what time it is.
Extra shit.
Not even close to
Devin
it.
feel like she got to do all the extracurricular.
Not even a little bit.
She want to do shit she seen on the movies. Her and Shyness is swapping movies.
No. I won't try the movie stars. Yeah, mostly you're right. It's most white people things. Gosh. Mm-mm.
No, it's
What
not.
about like when they? Yeah.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What about what?
What if you like? So do you like? Okay, I'm just curious about men because some men are different across the board. You like to suck our nipples. You like to do things to us. Yep. So,
hell yeah.
You have nipples, you have balls, and you have penis and things like that. So my question is like, why is it that you guys get so scared when a woman is trying to please you in that way? It feels good.
No, there's nothing wrong with a female on your balls or on your third leg. I'm just not with the salad shit. I'm not with that, and I'm not with the.
Have you tried it?
No, because that's wild mo. I would never try.
So how can you knock something you ain't tried?
Because it's mo. That's not my thing. That's wild mo. We not doing.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Homo. He's saying wild homo.
I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I don't think that I should be doing that. So no, I don't like. That's not.
Should you be doing
that's not like. That's not some shit that I'm gonna be like. Ooh, I'm gonna get this girl to do this. No, that's not even in my wheelhouse. Like, that's not even in my thought process. I don't even watch porn like that. Where if that shit's going down, I'm not watching it.
You just watch regular porn. This is like the rest of us.
I got something to tell y'all.
What's up?
You in a porn video?
No,
porn movie.
No, but I had
I think Devin's an ass licker.
So I'm gonna tell you a story. So I had a friend. I've been friends with him since high school. We talked. I ain't gonna put his name out there. When we got to talking about what pleases a man, he told me that his wife went and bought a strap-on and performed on him.
Hey yo.
Nope.
And he said it turned him on. And I said, okay. And I mean, he was serious.
Nope. He's wild.
He's not gay. He's not gay.
And
yes, like that.
Yes, he is.
But that's something him and his wife do together.
I don't care.
That's not gay though.
Yes, it is.
More power to them, but that is not.
Wow.
But he loved it. When he told me, I was like, "Are you gay?" He said, "No." He said, "It's my wife and I."
On that note, we gonna save the continuation for that for the next episode. Everybody stay right here. We still gonna be behind. But we'll be
talking dirty talk, I guess, next Wednesday.
I am Harlem Fresh 125 all day, every day. Even when I'm out of state, I'm in the New York state of mind, and I got my co-host J. Marie Poetry. Where you at, baby?
Yeah,
right here.
All right. So shout out to J. Marie Poetry. Shout out to Devin. Shout out to Shyness. Shout out to the homie James. Shout out to Thelonious. Know what I mean? And shout out to
Shyness.
Who else? I said Shyness. Didn't Nikki come through?
Nikki, yeah, sorry, Nikki.
Shout out to her.
Joanna, Eliza, Suge Knight, Eddie, everybody in the chat.
Shout out to the whole YouTube chat. Yo, we got more in tune for you. Stay tuned. We also gonna have a Patreon coming up, so y'all can get some of these behind the scenes stories, but y'all gotta pay for that type of shit. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We up out of here. Your words and your lifestyle gotta match. Peace.